Hi, Peter Boolkah here, and welcome to today's edition of the Transition Guy. Now, yes, we're coming towards the end of 2020, and guess what that means? Planning time. What does your plan look like for 2021? Have you actually taken time out to do a strategic plan for 2021? I'm still amazed how many businesses do not go into the next year planning for what they want to achieve. In fact, majority of businesses that I still come across, I haven't got a plan in place and they just plan to wing it, play it by ear. Yet why is it that so many companies out there have absolutely succeeded in 2020, and those out there that haven't succeeded in 2020, it's the same boat, isn't it, really? When you look at it, everyone said the same opportunity. So why is it that one person managed to take full advantage of it and do really well, and another person hasn't? And quite often, it just goes down to pure planning. Companies that went into 2020, they had the plan in place. The ones that had the plan in place, they actually had a strong 3 months. Things were really looking up, business was absolutely brisk, and everyone was very much, they were buoyant. More buoyant than they've been in a long, long time. And then unfortunately what happens, the pandemic hits. And yes, all those plans get ripped up. But here's the difference. The companies that had the plan, yes, they totally ripped up their plans, but they came up with new plans. And very often, those companies didn't just come up with one plan. No, they may have come out with 2 or 3 other plans. They had a plan A, plan B, plan C. They had the plan A, and if that was working, absolutely, let's run with it. But that wasn't going to work. They also had the plan B or the plan C to fall back on. But here's the interesting thing. Instead of spending all their time trying to plan on the move, they actually got to spend their time executing, putting that plan into action and diverting their efforts and their energy into that area. So my question to you is, well, how are you going to change your outcome for 2021? And I know so many people say to me, but it's so difficult to plan. There's so much uncertainty out there. There's uncertainty with the pandemic. There's uncertainty with, well, in the UK with Brexit. I know the Americans have had uncertainty over the election and actually what a new administration will bring. But there's always going to be uncertainty out there. There's never going to be a perfect time to plan. And there's never going to be the perfect plan to create. However, there is the planning process. And by doing the plan or multiple plans, you give yourself the best opportunity that as things around you change, you've got the plans to fall back on. Instead of thinking, what is it I need to do? You just switch to the execution that you need to execute on the plan that's going to work best in that scenario. So my advice to you as you go into 2021 is actually start looking at creating that strategic plan. Start thinking about where do you want your business to go? Not where do you want the market to take your business or circumstances to take your business. No. Where do you want your business to go? How can you plan for your future and then take the appropriate steps? Now, for many people, the last time they did a business plan was probably some fandangled, probably used Palo Alto or some software like that for the bank. So it really even was a business plan. It wasn't something that you referred back to. You just did it, opened up your bank account, got some funding, and off you went with no reference to a plan. That isn't a plan. A plan is something that gets referenced every single day of the year. It's something you're working towards. Now, many of you haven't done planning and you need to learn how to plan. Well, if that's something that you need to do, there's plenty of people out there that can help you with your planning process. There are so many advisors out there at so many budget ranges. There is someone that you can afford to help you. So please, just because you don't have experience in planning, do not allow that to stop you planning. Go and get yourself the help that will help you to do that. And for those of you that are experienced in planning and actually are looking to take their plan to that next level, choose a framework that's going to help you. For the smaller businesses, I always recommend the ActionCOACH framework. That's got a great set of simple planning tools that will help people that have never done planning before. For those of you that are now in mid-market, looking to scale your business extremely quickly, I always say go for scaling up. Scaling Up is a fantastic framework to allow you to plan, especially when you're looking at the 3 to 5 year plans and thinking really big picture. And then in between the two, you've also got the 3 Hag Way, which sort of bridges the two together and is a fantastic middle ground tool. If you want any help around your planning, please head over to Boolkah.com and get in touch. If you've enjoyed today's episode, like it, subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes, and please share it with others. And if you've got any questions, always leave them in the comments below. I will always get back to you. Now, once again, thank you very much for tuning into today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please make 2021 your best year ever. And remember, failing to plan is planning to fail. Please stay safe.